So before the video starts, guys, I've quickly put this on screen and a bit of an update of sorts. So just try and remind you guys and also remind myself of how things currently stand for the Full House series. And as you can see, this is already including this race, which I'll be using the Red Bull. So right now as it stands, the top 4 teams only have one race remaining left. So it looks like for the next few races and the last races of the season, I'm going to have to use some of the lower end teams, which could be a bit risky considering I'm still trying to chase Lewis Hamilton for the championship. So this could make things potentially quite exciting. But overall, this is what it looks like. I'm with the Red Bull this race. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and let's see what I can do for the Singapore Grand Prix. Yo, what's going on, guys? Here's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode number 13 of my F1 2015 Full House series, and we're here for the Singapore Grand Prix under the night skies, under the twilight, and one of the best looking tracks on the F1 calendar. And obviously Singapore is a street circuit, so I've gone for the car that is probably most appropriate for these kind of circuits, and I've gone for the Red Bull, which seems to have the most downforce and will suit this track, I think, to an absolute T. But here we are on the grid, and obviously it's been a little bit of a while. I've really not been staying consistent with the series. Obviously last week I did upload Monza. If you have missed it, there's a link down below in the description for you guys to go watch it, where I race under the Ferrari, an absolutely fantastic race. But it's been quite a while since this series has really gone, and I'm hoping to maintain now. Like I said, every single week on a Sunday this series will go up. But without further ado, let's jump into the race, and hopefully we can try and get ourselves at least 25 points to try and maintain, if not catch up to Lewis Hamilton, which he's putting away. But nevertheless, here we go. 5 red lights and the Singapore Grand Prix is underway, and now we're just going to try to take a nice simple start, take it nice and easy, making our way into the first couple of corners, which are always very tricky here and are very prone to an accident as we make our way through turn number 1. Have a little bit of contact there with Roberto Merhi in the manor twice, but now hopefully we can try and line up at least one of the two manners for a move as we go through turn number 3 now. Getting on the power nice and smoothly on the exit as we go through turns number 4 into turn number 5. Can we make a move up the inside? Yes, we can. Pull off a nice simple double overtake there on both of the manners for the time being, and we now got Felipe Nasr ahead of us in the Sauber, and then Jenson Button, I believe, just ahead of him there. So I'm pretty just calm and just relaxed start, not really pushing so far, just taking it nice and easy, because obviously this is a very long race. It's the longest one on the calendar, so we've got plenty of time to put off the moves as we make a double overtake now up the inside of Nasr and Jenson Button there. A lovely little double overtake as we get ourselves up into P16, and later on that lap we were on the back of Nico Hulkenberg and go through the tunnel here. We're going to try out Hulkenberg for a move up the inside of the hairpin there. Lovely little move, textbook stuff there, nice and smoothly up the inside, just getting a little bit later on the brakes than Hulkenberg and making the move to an absolute T. And now we're on the back of Fernando Alonso, who is on the prime tyre, so we're just going to force our way up the inside, going up into the tunnel. So make that move down Alonso, a nice easy overtake on him, and then we're going to quickly follow that one up by making a move on Marcus Ericsson now, coming out the final corner. We're side by side with the Sauber here. He's got a bit more straight line speed than us, but we're going to make the move up the inside of turn 1 nonetheless, and it's a simple overtake there for P13. And we're now on the back of Sergio Perez there on that lap, and we put off a lovely little move going through this right-left chicane and just catching Perez completely off guard there. So it's an absolutely fantastic move from us, and we're coming through this feel like a hot knife through butter at the moment. As you can see, we're now sizing up Max Verstappen for a move down the pit straight to turn number 1. We're going to go up the inside with the help of DRS, which is now enabled, and we're going to make the move on the young Dutchman there, and that is a simple overtake for P11, I believe. Now we're in the back of his teammate Carlos Sainz, who's on the back of his little train, as you can see, which is being led by Maldonado / Valtteri Bottas. I think it's probably Maldonado who's holding everyone up, but we've got a little bit of training here. We're just starting to get towards the top of it now, and we've got to overtake Romain Grosjean next, who is next on our list of victims as we go up the inside there. Once again off the hairpin, a lovely move similar to the one we did on Nico Hulkenberg a few laps ago, and this track generally is really easy to overtake on, in my opinion. If you can, if you know the exploits of the AI and you know where you're good at, then obviously the setup was really good for my car. I had a really good setup on, and that really did help. I was a little bit snappy in the rear end, but I had to sacrifice a bit of snappiness in the rear end for overall just pace. As you can see, we make a move there up the inside of our teammate Daniel Kvyat, and we're now on the back of the infamous Pastor Maldonado, who's known for many things, and hopefully we try and size him up for a move here. Now on to lap number 4, already lap number 4, but we're already up to P8 already, and we're down to 18 cars I just noticed, so it's been some sort of a crash at the back, I don't know, but here we are on the back of Maldonado. We're going to go to the inside and quickly swoop to the outside, put off the old switchback dummy move, and we're going to go up the inside of Maldonado here. A lovely textbook move up the inside of the braking zone with the help of some DRS, and we've got ourselves up in the P7 already, and we're already well into the points, and we're now on the back of Valtteri Bottas on lap number 5, and there we go. Then once again with the DRS, this Red Bull is quite slow in a straight line, but obviously the DRS is just going to give us a little bit of an edge with the straight line speed, just help us pull off an overtake. And here we go then up the inside of Valtteri Bottas once again. That's the exact same move, carbon copy of what we did with Maldonado lap before, and we're now up in the P6. and it looks like we won't be in P6 for too long, as we're now on the back of Bottas' teammate Felipe Massa, setting our fastest lap of the race. So we've now got some DRS, and we're going to try and pull off a move up the inside of turn number 1, thanks to the DRS assistance, and it's a lovely move there up the inside of Massa. So far, being really efficient with the overtaking, and it's definitely helping us out. As you can see, Vettel there on the inside just pulls into the pit lane, as is, I think, Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. So both Mercedes are into the pit lane, so one of them's going to have to stack, and I think it's Nico Rosberg. So could be potential there for us to pull off an overtake on him later on. So obviously taking into account Rosberg's been held up, and he's in the pit lane right now, and we're now in the back of Kimi Räikkönen, so we're going to go for an overcut here, step one more lap, as you can see, and we might be able to jump Vettel and maybe even Nico Rosberg, who knows. But here we go, then we put off a lovely little switchback on Kimi Räikkönen now, going onto the back straight, DRS wide open. Here we go, side by side action. Räikkönen's just going to swoop ahead of us on straight line speed. We're going to switch back to the outside, which will then become the inside for the next corner. We're going to go up the inside of the Iceman and put off a lovely move up the inside there. And yeah, again, just referring to the point that this car is really working well around here, and just putting off some simple textbook overtakes as we take the lead of the race. But obviously we are going to lose that lead very soon as we come into the pit lane for our first pit stop of the race, and we're also followed in by Kimi Räikkönen there. And here we go, we're on the jack, getting that pit stop serve, going into another set of super soft tyres, and I think Räikkönen actually held us up a little bit there because our mechanics were a bit slow, let me go. But as you can see right now, I'm just going to look to the left-hand side. There's Lewis Hamilton, I believe, right there. So he's going to inherit the race here once again. But now we've got to look for Nico Rosberg, and we've got to try and find him. And there he is on the left-hand side, as you can see, and Vettel just behind him there. So they are both very close. There's Nico Rosberg on the left-hand side. It's a question of who's going to come out ahead. Nico Rosberg's flashing in front of our screen right there. Who's got ahead? It's just Nico Rosberg. He's just managed to get ahead of us there. And we've got Sebastian Vettel right past Chuff. But hopefully with this fresh set of super softs, we can do some damage. And we're right on the back of Nico Rosberg now, going on to lap number 10 with the wide open. We're going to try and pull off the move here on the German as we go up the inside of turn number 1, down a third gear, kiss the apex, and just run out Rosberg to dry and make the move there. And it's a textbook overtake, and we're back into P2 now. And now it's pretty much a case of just trying to hunt down Lewis Hamilton as we set the fastest lap of the race there on lap number 11. And skipping a few laps later on to the end of lap number 14. It took me quite a while, but I did manage to catch Lewis Hamilton. He was really fast, and I had to set some really good laps every single lap. And eventually I caught up to him, but eventually he did pull into the pit lane. So Lewis has actually gone for the undercut of sorts to try and protect himself as we hit a bit of traffic there in Roberto Merhi, and we're going to pit one lap later, just maintaining that overcut strategy, which is what we're going for here this race. It seems to be a theme of ours, and that's a question of where is Lewis Hamilton. Obviously he went for the undercut strategy, you could say. He's gone to protect himself, but I've stayed up one more lap, and Merhi did hold me up a bit there, but apparently from what I could tell on the mini-map, it looked like Lewis Hamilton was in a bit of traffic, so you never know, me staying at one more lap could be a bit of a blessing in disguise, as we got a Manor there just coming out of pit lane ahead of us. And right now I can't see any sign of Lewis Hamilton. There he is, he just popped up on the monitor now. He's still in third place though, and I can't see him, so it looks like we've got the race lead. Lewis Hamilton's just taken second place, and that's got to be him now there on the mini-map. So we've got the race lead on Lewis Hamilton, but eventually Lewis Hamilton was really fast on this set of tyres, and he just overall found some incredible pace. And here comes Lewis Hamilton now, straight line speed alone. He's going to fly the inside, and a lovely move there. And I can't respond because he just puts his car right on the racing line, and I can't get a switchback on him. And on this set of super softs, Lewis Hamilton was really fast. I tried to dive one back up the inside of the hairpin there, but it's no use, and Lewis is actually quite fast on this set of tyres. But eventually I did manage to find my mojo on this set of super soft tyres. It took me a while as I take a disgusting corner cut there, and eventually once we got into the rhythm a bit on these tyres, it took me a while because of the dirty air. We tried to have a go on Lewis Hamilton here, so we tried to dive one up the inside of the first corner just about. A bit of a late move, but we just put our nose in there, and Lewis gave us the room. But going later on in that lap, as you see, Lewis is coming back as with DRS. I'm going to squeeze him to the inside, going to give a nice old squeeze, and then Lewis is going to take the inside line. I'm going to hang it around the outside, and we've been spun around by Lewis Hamilton. Lewis has spun us out, and I don't know what's happened there. I think Lewis might have just caught us, but there's debris there, so I think Lewis might have lost his front wing possibly, which could be a really a big game changer for us, and that could really play into our hands nicely. Nico Rosberg, meanwhile, has gone past us, and Lewis Hamilton is all over the place, and it looks like he has lost his front wing. As you can see on the left hand side there, he's got no front wing. Rosberg's taking the race lead, and Lewis is just going to dive back up the inside stupidly for no reason, and we're just going to switch back on him and re-overtake Lewis Hamilton there. And lucky enough we get away unscathed from that incident, but Lewis has lost his front wing as we try to look up the inside of Nico Rosberg there, almost trying to pull off a move. But we're going to try and look at a replay of the incident there with Lewis Hamilton, run a ball with the Englishman himself, and going to the left-hander, as you can see, he takes the inside line. So far so good, but then he just, I don't know, I just think he blatantly hits me pretty much. He just sort of just went straight into my left rear. I was hanging it around the outside, and I was right on the curb, so I had nowhere to go, but Lewis has decided to just pretty much turn me inside out. But nevertheless, as you can see, I aggressively put into the pit lane on lap 21, and I decided to switch up my strategy because Rosberg is now in the lead and I couldn't overtake him. I decided to go for the undercut to try and win this Singapore Grand Prix. As you can see, I pulled in last second because I was waiting to see what Rosberg would do, and I saw Rosberg was staying there for one more lap, so I pulled in straight away into the pit lane, and we're going into the set of the prime tyres. But even though they are primes, they're actually not that bad for pace, and hopefully we can try and undercut Rosberg, which would be absolutely perfect for us. But we've got a nice clear track ahead of us, which is always crucial for the undercut. So now we're going to pump it up into rich mix and just hope that we can just have a really good outlap and jump Nico Rosberg as we now skip onto the lap number 22. We're having to navigate some manners here, but lucky enough they don't put us off too much. And now it's a question of where is Nico Rosberg. There is Raikkonen on the left hand side. We get past him and there's Rosberg right there. So we've managed to make the undercut work. We're running stupidly deep into turn 1, but we have made the undercut there on Nico Rosberg, and we inherit the net race lead even though Bottas is in first place. And there's Bottas, as I say that, he goes into the pit lane for his final stop. So we're going to take the race lead, and it looks like we could be on for a race win here at Singapore. And after a brilliant strategy call and some really good racing, we managed to come away unscathed from the incident from Lewis Hamilton. And here we go then through the final corner. We're going to take the checkered flag here at Singapore, and what a race that was. Absolutely fantastic, as we actually have a massive crash there with Maldonado across the line. But or I mean, it wouldn't be Maldonado, would it, if there wasn't a crash at some point. But we did manage to cross the line before the crash, so that's always a good thing for us. And we take a massive 25 points, and Lewis Hamilton crucially off the podium after that incident, because he obviously got a short straw, even though it was his fault in my opinion, and he lost his front wing and he finished way down in the order, and we take the trophy. And actually Nico Rosberg dropped down to third place, so Raikkonen actually managed to pass Rosberg, I've just noticed. So a really impressive result there from Kimi Raikkonen. But now we're going to look at the final race results, and hopefully Lewis Hamilton has finished quite far down and we can gain a few points, because we was quite a few points behind him before this race. And looking at the final race results, Lewis Hamilton finished way down in P7, so that means we gain a nice 19 points there on Lewis Hamilton. Danny Kvyat finished in 6th place there, our teammate, and then both Williams in 4th and 5th, and Sebastian Vettel way down in P8, so he had a bit of a poor race, maybe some sort of incident which was quite disappointing with him. And then both McLaren Hondas into the points also, so quite an interesting top 10 there. A couple of penalties for Rosberg and Bottas, which may explain why Rosberg finished in 3rd instead of 2nd place. But overall it's been a really solid race here at Singapore, and I've really enjoyed it. And looking at the Drivers' Championship, we are now only 8 points behind Lewis Hamilton, so things are really starting to heat up in the championship. However, like I pointed out at the start of the video, we may have to start using some midfield teams for the next few races, because we are running out of fast cars to use. But nevertheless, looking at the championship, Kimi Raikkonen has now got himself up in the 3rd place, and Rosberg has dropped down all the way down to 5th place. So Rosberg really is now just dropping down the order there. And looking at man in the top 10, Jenson Button still into the top 10 there with a couple of points they picked up that race. And obviously Daniel Ricciardo gets 25 points because I was driving as the Aussie that race. But nevertheless, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed the video, and I really have enjoyed it myself, commentating this and just racing. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully if you have enjoyed it, then please do smash that like button down below, and if we could hit 80 likes, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah guys, if you're new in here, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. That's about for this video guys. So I've been Thomas NHD, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. Goodbye.